What's up, observers?
What's up? What's up? What's
Hello.
We're here. Third Party Observers episode.
Sorry, that was weird.
That
I don't know
was
what I
weird.
was doing.
What'd you do?
Hello.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Hello.
I was.
Do you guys
work
remember
on
that
your intros,
Seinfeld
John.
episode?
Do I watch?
Well,
Seinfeld?
you guys never. You don't really
No.
watch Seinfeld.
I don't watch.
Oh, so that reminds me. There was an episode where Jerry is dating this girl who, like at night, whenever he sees, like he can't sleep or whatever, and he's like looking at her stomach, and he has a joke in his head where he like imagines the stomach being able to talk.
What?
And that's what
That's
he's like,
weird.
hello, and then it becomes an inside joke with all of the friends.
Yeah.
And then the girlfriend finds out.
Oh no.
Probably not
and
happy.
She says, "You can either, keep dating me, or you can have this joke."
Oh
And
no.
And he's like,
Did you break up with her?
Good times. Well,
That's fantastic.
I hope the listeners are ready for another fun episode. We've got Would You Rather on the show today. John's going to be delivering another hot take.
Oh boy.
Hasn't delivered a hot take in the hot take segment since first episode.
Yeah.
So it's a little overdue, considering he is the person with the most hot takes.
True.
And then we've got a fun draft that Stan is not prepared for.
So unprepared. It's gonna. I really hope you guys don't pick my characters because
It's-
I will be up a creek without a paddle.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
It's going to be fun. But before we get started, make sure to follow us on all of our social media. Twitter at Party Observers, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Third Party Observers. So make sure you're not missing any content. And you can, if you follow us on Twitter, you can participate in the polls. Cast your vote for who won each week's draft.
Oh yeah. Unless a miracle happens, I'm gonna win the second music draft in a row.
Confirming that John has the best music
Confirming I
taste.
have the best taste in music.
Which is surprising because Austin is a self-proclaimed music
Yeah.
buff.
but he's so pretentious about it. Nobody wants to take his picks.
You know what?
I'm
all right.
a man of the people.
Yeah. I don't claim to be good at music.
Yeah.
Not my strong suit.
But-
I like listening to music.
Yeah, music's fun.
It is.
It's
If you'd
good
be a
time.
monster if you like people that say they don't like
You're a
music.
monster.
Like it's proof that alien life forms exist. I'm pretty sure
They're not human.
Yeah.
Not human.
Do your parents listen to music in the car?
My mom does.
My mom usually listens to like talk radio, which is a real bummer.
Yeah, my dad doesn't.
Both
I
of
don't
my
think.
parents, especially my mom, most of the time never has the radio on.
Mm.
Occasionally she'll be in the mood and she'll turn it on, but
See,
which is weird because she really likes
yeah.
music. But
My mom will listen to music in the house, and sometimes she'll listen to it in the car, but usually it's in the house.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not in the car.
yeah. My dad almost always has the radio on, but
Mhm.
he always has it like super low where you can't hear it.
Just kind of filler in the background.
Yeah. Or he has it at a normal level and still can't hear it. Shout out, Dad. All right. Would you rather have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation or have to burp after every kiss?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm going fart. I feel like
I mean,
a burp is after every kiss. It's just gonna kill the mood.
Kill the mood, and it's like right in their face. At
And
least if you fart, you're not like farting in
Yeah.
their face,
and
You're not right next to them.
don't,
Yeah.
I mean,
Now then you're just
depending on who you are, you
You might
probably kiss more frequently than you have serious conversations. So well, I guess that also depends on how you define serious conversations.
be able. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I'd rather fart loudly. It's
Yeah.
just
And you, I guess it's fart loudly. I was gonna say you could get away with like a silent but deadly type of thing, but no. If it's loud, then everybody's gonna know,
then you're just known as
which
a
is
fart
fine.
guy.
And you just have to do it once, according to how it is.
Oh, yeah, at
is
the end of the
phrased.
conversation.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, because if you,
it's just acknowledging that you just had a great conversation. So
Yeah.
just a little
It's kind
cap
of like
on it.
it's kind. Well, this
It alleviates the
yeah.
tension.
It's like, oh, Serious conversation over. Let's have fun some more.
Although it would not be great if you were like with a significant other and in an argument. That's a serious conversation, and at the end of it, you just rip a big one.
Oh, see, I
I
think
think that would.
It might-
yeah.
I think
it might
it'd be
make it
fine.
worse.
I think it'd be okay.
It depends on the person, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, because then you're just like, you know what? I'm still mad.
Oh, that's awesome.
All
that
right.
would
Yeah,
be
I think
funny.
that was pretty. I know producer Amy would not appreciate if I burped in her face after.
Well, I mean,
every
it doesn't
kiss.
necessarily have to be in their face, but like
Yeah.
burping after. When we play Xbox together and Stan, we all burp in the microwave into the microphone, but Stan burps into the microphone a lot, and let me tell you, it is gross.
It's nice. It's real good.
It sounds disgusting.
I have some great burps. I just want to share them with the world.
Yeah.
I mean, burping in general, it doesn't matter if it's in a microphone or not. It usually
gross.
sounds gross.
But if you get the microphone, John just took a big old sip of hot chocolate and he had like something dangling from his lip and it was real gross.
Yep, sure did.
Sorry. I don't know what I was
don't know
saying.
what it was.
I got off track.
Hey, let's move on.
All
'cause
right.
This is already a gross conversation. All right. Would you rather be an average person in present day or a king of a large country 2,500 years ago? I'm going to be an average person today. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I'll just stay in my current state. you
Yeah.
know?
So, like, would you rather just stay here, or would you rather go back 2,500 years ago and be a king?
Yeah. I think there's definitely pros to being a king, but if it's 2,500 years ago, like,
You're pooping in a bucket.
yeah.
Well, not
there's so many
necessarily. Like, if
negative
you're
things.
in Rome or
Not 2,500 years ago.
yeah, Rome had they had a modern sewage system. That's like one of their big things.
But it wasn't 2,500 years ago.
I'm pretty sure Rome.
We're
when they
talking
were-
BC.
Yeah, I'm saying this is 2000, so maybe it's right before Rome, I guess.
This says 6th century BC.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
guess
know where
would,
that falls.
That would be about the time.
They
I
have
guess.
roads and stuff. I mean, it's definitely you would not have your creature comforts that you
No.
have today.
No. But if you were living there, you wouldn't
But
necessarily.
then you would have a whole bunch
Now,
of people
the
to do what you're saying to tell you.
that would be fantastic. Well, and you wouldn't have to like. I mean, you're in charge of everything. You call all the shots. I mean, that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, and then I'd probably die in 5 years. I get like.
I guess you wouldn't live very long. Yeah.
I nick
Poor John.
myself on a
You got-
rose bush, and they're like,
infected.
"All right, well, we've got to, bleed you now, or attach
Put
leeches,
leeches on you.
Yeah.
or I don't know."
Ugh.
They just.
I would probably stay in the present as well, but it would be interesting to be king.
It would be
a
interesting.
king for.
A day.
I
That's
don't
that's
know.
not the question.
Also, and then if you have to, like, your country goes to war, like at that time, like the king a lot
Leads
of times
the
would
battle.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the kind. Like, I don't think the
Roman emperors didn't really. They had generals and stuff
Yeah.
to do all
Yeah.
that.
But
Do you get
depending
to
on the
pick
country,
your kingdom?
Yeah, let's say you do.
I mean, I'd probably want to be like the Roman emperor.
Yeah. If 2,500 years ago,
Mhm.
probably.
I mean, you have all the. All of the luxuries of the time.
Yeah. And they had pretty, for the time, obviously modern like cities and like you were saying, sanitation and sewage and relatively modern for the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'd probably still stay in present times just because of all the little things that we get to enjoy, like air conditioning and
Oof.
see, that'd be rough. Also, if you're going back from now,
Oh, yeah.
that would be even worse
Oh my gosh, yeah.
because you know what is coming and you're never going to get to experience it.
How
again.
would you entertain yourself?
This is a
Court
family-friendly
jester.
podcast.
John's pulling out his concubines.
Oh, this brings something up. Okay, so I was looking.
Oh my gosh. Is this at your work thing? Never
No.
mind, go ahead.
I was just perusing Airbnb today,
As you
and
do.
I was looking at. Now I remember what the work thing is. That's a different thing. So producer Amy and I are thinking about going to Costa Rica for a honeymoon.
Yeah.
So more than likely we're going to stay at resorts. But I was like, I wonder what kind of Airbnbs are
Yeah.
there. And so I pulled one up, and I was reading through the rules, and one of the rules was no prostitutes.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just like, how different is Costa Rica? I mean, that they have
That
to
they have
put
to make a
that in
rule.
the rules.
Yeah,
Oh.
because
They
you
just-
know someone's done it. That's why the rule's there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So,
But how would they
anyway,
know that it's a? I guess there's signs.
I mean, as long as you try to clean
I'll
up.
just say, hey, it's my girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't need to get into that.
Yeah. Well, I guess since John brought it up, there is another story. Something that happened at work
It's so gross.
this week was I went to the bathroom. So in my work we've got a large bathroom. I think it's got a couple stalls, couple urinals. Anyway, there is a fella in a stall conducting his business, watching a video. All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty normal. You watch videos on your phone,
Mhm.
except most people hold their phone. This
Was it on the ground?
animal had his phone laying on the ground in
No.
front of the
Ew.
toilet.
It's so gross.
Ah,
How-
that's disgusting.
Like
In a
that is-
public restroom?
even in your
Yeah.
own restroom, that's disgusting. But public restroom, even worse. I told Austin he should have peed on it a little to teach that guy a lesson. He's never gonna set the phone down again. Like,
You're not wrong.
I just don't know.
yeah, I mean, it's already got probably pee dribbles on the back of it when you set it on the ground, so it might as well have some pee dribbles on the front of it. Like, that's disgusting.
It
It's so
is.
gross.
And you know he didn't wash it afterwards or like wipe it
Yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
Or anything.
No.
If you're putting your phone on the floor, you're not keeping that
Like
thing
that.
clean.
Honestly, that guy's probably like COVID case number 1. Like he's a spreader. Or he's just got so
I
many
mean,
germs and stuff
I was
in
gonna
him
say his
already.
immune system is probably
is through the
the
roof.
strongest of us all.
He's Dwight Schrute rubbing dirt on everything.
All right. Would you rather suddenly be elected a senator or suddenly become a CEO of a major company? You would not have any more knowledge about how to do either job than you do right now.
Oh, this is easy for me. I'd rather be a senator. They don't know what the hell they're doing anyway.
yeah.
I mean,
So what's the difference between me and them?
Just Google how to be a senator.
I mean, really, all you do is you show up, you meet with your constituents, you sometimes go to the Senate and actually vote on a bill. Sometimes you send a proxy. Sometimes you just don't vote. And then most of the time you're spending fundraising for your campaign for your next election because that's apparently how politics is run, is where it's a lifelong journey that you get to sit there and do nothing and make a ton of money.
Yeah, I'd probably pick CEO just because I'm interested in entrepreneurship anyway, and I
Yeah.
think it'd be really cool. I feel like I could run a company. There are definitely things that I'd have to learn along the way, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to kind of be thrown into it and just see what happens.
No, it would be fun, but yeah,
I don't think it would be that hard.
Because
Being
most
a-
of the time as a CEO, especially with like large companies, you're making top level decisions and people are bringing you information about
Yeah.
their prospective areas. And so you just get the top level information, you make decisions, and you take a company in a certain direction.
Yeah, you're
Dep-
a visionary, you're a leader.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously that's depending on the size of the company. Like with Apple, that's going to be a different story as opposed to if you're the CEO of like a small business or something.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think I could do either well. And I think I'd probably be worse at
I'd be worse at the CEO for sure. But I think I could do both. I think I could do both.
Yeah.
I'd be worse as a senator because I would not enjoy conversing with the general public or
Yeah.
my constituents. And I also would not enjoy meeting with other politicians.
Oh
yeah.
I think
I would probably only get elected one time because people like John is mean.
Yeah. No, I think I'd.
I'm just going to tell you how it is.
On the Senate floor, I think I'd probably be in a lot of heated arguments and calling other senators dumb.
Yeah.
Well,
You idiot.
Probably a little bit. I'd probably get a little bit more vulgar than that, but yeah,
For this podcast, we're keeping it.
trying to do our best to keep it PG.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would enjoy being a senator from that perspective of just going in and causing ruckus,
Yeah, that part
I think
would
it'd be funny.
causing chaos.
It'd be funny to go up and like on some minor bill, like go up and filibuster and just start talking and see how long you can make it last for.
Oh, get me going, and I could filibuster for a while,
Yeah.
and then I could just change topics and keep going. Like, as long as I got some water to keep my throat dry or wet.
Gotta dry out my throat with some water.
See, I think I like it'd be so the big coronavirus relief package, whatever that was called, and all of like that other crap that they threw in it. Everyone wanted
was
to
there.
get their own little thing. That would annoy the hell out of me.
Oh my gosh.
And
yes.
every day I would come into work and I'm about to break our rule of no swearing, but
It's a soft rule.
yeah, I mean, I would just get in there and I'd be like, "You morons, this is not what this is about."
Yeah.
And then I'd probably be assassinated. Some other politician would be so annoyed that they would,
This nut job.
or some
Trying to ruin my bill.
scandal would come up that
You gonna do something scandalous?
I had some prostitute in Costa Rica.
And that's why there's a rule in Airbnb.
All right. Would you rather have everything you draw become real, but be permanently terrible at drawing, like I already am, or be able to fly, but only as fast as you can walk?
I think draw, because flying, the only point of flying is like to go places faster or like do something cool. But if you're just going at the speed of walking, it's like, well, you can't really do anything.
What if you
I guess
could go
just
as
float up
fast
and
as
like
you could run?
I mean, that's still not very fast.
I would do it. I think that would be more enjoyable. I could fly.
Well, also a question about drawing: is the thing that you draw that comes to life going to be
3D
the
or 2D?
bad thing, like how bad you drew it?
Yeah, it's
Because-
going to look exactly the same.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like it comes to life off of the paper.
So
Yeah.
if I drew like this weird mutant dog or something,
You're gonna have a mutant dog on your hands.
see, I feel like I'm a bad drawer, but I can draw. I could trace $100 bill.
But it wouldn't be $100 bill.
It'd be the drawing of the $100
Yeah.
bill.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could do some cool stuff by drawing it, even if you had
because we're all
you
pre-
freak
we're-
some people out, make some
we're
new
all,
species
we're all
of
pretty
animals.
bad artists. But I would probably choose the artist thing as well.
What would you draw? What would be the first thing you would draw?
Oh, I'd draw some birds to come terrify you because they're gonna be. First of all, you don't like birds already.
I
Second
hate
of all,
birds.
Killer birds.
these birds are just gonna be monsters because I'm a terrible drawer.
My birds would just be like the two arcs
That's what I was thinking.
flapping
Yeah.
around. I'd draw a swarm of them real quick.
So fast, you won't even know what to do.
Whole page of them.
Have you guys seen that there is like a company that will take kids' drawings and like make them
Make
into
the thing?
stuffed animals,
Oh.
but they
boy.
always just look terrifying
Disgusting.
because
Yeah.
they're
'Cause
kid
they're kids
drawings. So that's exactly how I envision this going. So I'll fly. I don't care if it's at a small or low speed. I'll still fly.
Yeah,
That's still pretty
yeah.
cool. All right, John, are you ready to drop it like it's hot?
Yeah, I suppose so. Listen, so this is something. I'm gonna sound like a crazy person,
Well, you are, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
but I think Western medicine is overrated. Like,
No,
obviously there's some good things about Western medicine, like penicillin or
antibiotics.
Which you're allergic
antibiotics,
to.
which I'm allergic to. But I also think there are a lot of bad things that go with it. Like I think, one, as a society, we are over medicated. I think there's I for sure think there's a cure to cancer that has just been hushed up
Because they can't make money off it.
because they can't. Yeah, because
The pharmaceutical
because there has to
companies
be
are
there has
too
to
powerful.
be a better way than let's put poison in your body and that will kill the cancer. While it works, there has to be a better
Well, like
way.
chemo. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, just poison. But anyways, I think
Poison.
when you have to take medicine for your medicine, I think that's getting a little crazy. I think if a lot of it's diet and exercise, I think can cure a lot of things. I think meditation and
Breathing exercises.
Acupuncture?
Yeah.
I don't know about acupuncture, but I do think like if you take anxiety or depression, while those are real things and very serious things, I think maybe putting chemicals in your body might not be the best solution to it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is I think you could cure a lot with meditating, getting away from, maybe you get away from social media and stuff, because I think that. So I think Western medicine, some of it's okay, but I don't think it's the whole answer.
I think what you're getting at is that most Western medicine treats the symptoms and not the cause.
Yeah.
And if you're just treating the symptoms, like you were talking about diet and exercise, if you're obese, it's because you're eating too much. If you fix your habits, it's gonna help you. But like heartburn or whatever else, you can eat healthier and eat different foods and not get heartburn anymore, instead of medicating for the heartburn, which a lot of times just happens. So people can continue eating how they are eating now.
Right.
But yeah, that makes sense.
I just think Western medicine is not everything it's said to be.
Cracked up to be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and really because you've talked about this a lot before, but
alluded to
really
it
you're big. You just think everyone's over-medicated.
I
and
do think that for sure.
Medications, going back to what you said of you shouldn't have to take one medicine to treat a side effect of a different medicine.
Yeah.
And I just don't think putting these chemicals in your body is just probably a good thing.
Well, and there's...
Again, I'm not a scientist. I don't know a lot of science. I need to put that out
You're
there.
not a medical doctor, John?
Well, there's actually most big pharmaceutical companies aren't actually making new drugs anymore. They're taking formulas for drugs that were made in like the 50s and 60s and tweaking just a little bit, and then they can rebrand it, resell it, and it's essentially the same as medicine is essentially the same as it was 50 years ago. Now, obviously there's better technologies now, especially when you're talking about like MRIs and X-rays and all of those different diagnostic tools. Like that is where I think Western medicine is far superior.
Absolutely.
But really, I think the competing argument with Eastern medicine is Eastern medicine does take more of that holistic wellness, which is really what health should be in the focus of it. And yeah, I mean, so I don't disagree with you, and I don't really think it's that much of a hot take of that it's overrated. I think a lot of people could be on board with the take of being over medicated and things like that. But
Well, because I mean, and this goes back to doctors and stuff. But my mom has friends and stuff, and I know people that their doctors prescribe them medicine, and then they more medicines for those other, and then it ends up messing you up inside because you're just on so many chemicals.
Yeah.
And then you go to another doctor, like, why are you on all these things?
Yeah.
And then they have to wean you off, but then you are going through withdrawals and stuff, and it's just not good. So I'm definitely more of a Austin makes fun of me all the time because I don't go to the doctor, and I don't really ever want to go to the doctor. But although I am getting my second shot on Thursday,
boy. Yeah.
So as much as I'm doing right now,
yeah, you're not an anti-vaxxer.
I'm not an anti. Although sometimes I like to pretend to be because it's really funny.
Get people's
one time
reactions.
that backfired on you though, didn't it?
Yeah, it has backfired on me because there's someone at my work is an anti-vaxxer.
Uh-oh.
And sometimes I like to egg her on.
Yeah.
And
That doesn't sound like John, does it?
No.
she
not at all.
Pushing buttons.
she now thinks that I'm also
Oh, she still thinks that?
Well, when he says egg her on, he goes into work and he
Oh, no.
talks about how Western medicine is fake.
Yeah.
And how he doesn't believe in vaccines. So by egging her on,
you too?
all he does is build up this big lie at work. And it results in people going, oh, you know what? I'm an anti-vaxxer too. And then she's like trying to like talk about like all these things. With
He's sitting back in the corner like, what have I done?
yeah, exactly.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's I haven't done it since because I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, doesn't want to be too friendly with her.
Yeah. Have you told the other people at work that you're not
Oh
actually?
yeah, everybody else knows that. Like,
Except for her?
John is just like he's really going at it today, and they're
funny.
and they think it's hilarious. But
Yeah.
I also think I probably shouldn't because like the kid, her kid probably should be vaccinated.
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's all. That anti-vaxxers are all dumb.
yeah, no, it's absolutely stupid.
It's all built on a lie too.
Yeah, and the guy that came out with it, he's like, yeah, no, that's false. Like, he's had his medical license revoked.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, that's going to bring us to our draft. I'm pretty excited about this one.
I'm not.
Mostly
Yo,
to
yo.
see how Stan does because
This
he
is
came
be
in.
so bad.
He came into the draft thinking that it was one thing, and then
It's definitely a completely
we
other
shared
thing.
a rule that totally obliterated his draft. So
I had
today,
two. I had 2 picks that I could keep.
yeah, today we're drafting our a fictional family. So we're each going to be choosing a dad, a mom, a sibling, and then a wild card. So it has uncle, cousin, aunt, grandma, grandpa,
Pet, whatever
another
you
sibling. Want. Yeah. So the thing that caught Stan up is he was just thinking, oh, it'd be fun to have like this, this
Character
character.
as my dad.
Yeah. But the thing that we forgot to inform Stan of is like
Yeah, forgot.
the character, like the show or movie has to center around the family.
yeah, it can't
So
just
to
be
speak.
like, oh, Tony Stark is a dad in the last Avengers movie, so I'm going to choose him as my dad. It can't be something like
It has to be an
Yeah.
actual classic like family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In
exactly,
the show or
exactly.
TV
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
movie
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Which made it a whole lot harder. And I've been sitting here for 30 minutes trying to.
Yeah, we had to put a timer on Stan because he was taking too long.
This is gonna be so bad, guys. I don't
It's gonna
even
be
have
fun,
a full.
though. And
I'm-
you've got the first
You've got
pick.
the 101 overall,
So-
which
Yeah.
I am curious
I
about
think
what
I have
that
a
is.
pretty good 101.
I think I know who it is, but I'm going to
Um,
wait till you go.
And so I'm picking this. I think you guys might have gone the same way, but you could go any direction. Obviously, there's so many to choose from. But I'm going with Dad first,
Okay.
and I'm picking Ron Swanson. You can't have a better dad than Ron. He's like the classic dad. Knows how to do everything. Carpenter, just cool overall. He's kind of funny.
Kind of
hates the government.
He's aloof.
He is aloof. He's a great guy.
So I don't know
Ron
if-
Swanson.
as much as I'd want him to be my dad, he's a pretty aloof.
Yeah.
But he's classic. He's a classic 60s,
Dad figure.
70s dad.
Yeah.
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 He's not going to talk about feelings. You're like, this is how it is. Blah.
But he also offers
stop
a lot
crying
of
right
wisdom.
now.
He does have a lot of wisdom to
Yep.
go
Yep.
around. So it is a pretty good
I
pick.
think he's a good
That's
dad
not what I
figure.
thought.
I
the
didn't.
first pick
I didn't
was
think
gonna
you were
be.
picking him either.
I think I'm going to pick what you thought it was going to be. A dad that raised us all, but he's not going to be the dad in my fictional family. He's going to be my uncle.
Yeah.
I'm drafting Uncle Phil.
That's who I thought Stan was taking.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I mean,
Is that
also
your-
super successful.
Is that your dad or your wild card?
He's my wild card, my uncle.
Yeah.
I would have been devastated if I didn't get Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
who-
He was definitely on my list.
Yeah.
He's good to pick.
What a show. So
What?
many moments in that.
Yeah. Okay. Good pick. I'm also okay. So I'm gonna go with mom first, and I'm taking Tammy Taylor from Friday Night Lights. You want someone who loving, but is also, she's motivated. She wants a career, but she's a good mom.
Yeah.
Everything you're
Support your kid.
support your kid
Down to earth.
down to earth. Everything you want in a mom. Like moms are the best, and I think Tammy Taylor would be great.
I think, that obviously I love that show. I think I drafted it in an earlier episode, but that family, it really seems like a pretty genuine family feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It seems like a real family.
Yeah.
Would be.
Where, I mean, because she's definitely not
She doesn't put up
perfect.
with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. She's a little erratic at
Yeah.
times. In one episode, she hits her daughter, so I don't know if I advocate for that. But
I mean, I don't think. Well, hitting is different than spanking.
yeah,
So-
that wasn't it. She slapped.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that's, but we're not all perfect, so it's fine. Well, it's not fine to hit people, but
All right, John, you got to.
my wild. Oh wait, have you taken? No. Okay, so my sibling is gonna be Will from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was confused.
Yeah. When you think of a sibling, you want to have me. I wouldn't want a sister in this because the you don't get to do as much. I feel like with a brother, you get to goof off more. You get to have more parties, or not parties. I don't know, but you get to do more things, like do more stupid things, because guys do more stupid things than
Yeah.
girls.
It's a different relationship with a brother than it is with a sister.
And I think the ultimate brother would be Will Smith.
Yeah. He's also super funny
Yeah.
and I mean, he would, what's the word? Outshine you or whatever, like all the time. I mean,
That is true.
athletics.
I think it'd be fine. I'd be fine with that.
It'd be fun. All right. Well, let's see. Stan took his dad already, so I don't have to. I'm not worried about that. I might get that on the way back. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mom as well, and I'm gonna go with Claire Huxtable from The Cosby Show. Didn't want to draft.
Mr. Heathcliff Huxtable?
Yeah. Although in the show he was fine, but there's some other connotations around that actor that maybe I'm trying to avoid. But Claire Huxtable, super successful.
Yeah,
She's a
great mom.
lawyer. She's got quick wit, which reminds me of my own mom.
Yep.
She's stern, but she's loving. What more could you want?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm going to go with my wild card next, and I'm going to pick Uncle Jesse from Full House.
Yeah, he was on my list. If I couldn't get Uncle Phil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like, classic uncle, cool uncle, fun guy, good times.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
All right, so this is where
Have we taken your other picks?
that's the end of the good picks that I have.
All right.
Have we taken any picks from
No,
your...
you haven't taken any.
Okay.
So I guess I'll go with mom next, and so this mother she's protective, she's caring and loving. I'm going with Molly Weasley from Harry Potter.
She was on my list.
She protects her kids, she fights for them, and she makes sure that they have everything they need. And when they get out of line, she's definitely going to tell them.
She's also a witch.
She's a great mom. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll draft my dad.
Good old dad.
Maybe I won't. I don't know who I want as my dad. So I've got a few on my list. I think one would be pretty fun and one a little interesting. So I guess I'll go ahead and draft my sibling. I am going to take, similar to Molly Weasley, I'm going to take can I take the Weasley twins?
No, it's
No.
one sibling.
But they're the same.
They are not the same.
I mean, they're very similar.
They're always together.
You can't.
Well,
you can't
until
have
the
Can't
one
have
died.
both?
No.
Well, then I'm not drafting one of them. That would be dumb. So,
I'm taking Fred Weasley. Well, I'm taking George.
yeah. All right. Well, then I am going to I'll take a brother who is a little bit of black sheep within his family, but he wouldn't be within my family. I'm taking Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Dang it!
Is that who you wanted?
No! I didn't think you'd go Game of Thrones. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Guys, this is bad.
Well, there's
Not
there's a
good.
couple other siblings from Game of Thrones
You
that
take
you can
Joffrey.
draft. Yeah, take Joffrey.
Take
No,
Joffrey.
No, I don't want him. I don't want him.
Yeah, Jon Snow, leader of the
noble-
North. What king?
King of the North.
Yeah,
Or
a lot
leader of the
show.
street folk.
Yeah, yeah. Is that what they call them? I thought they were
The
the
people north of the wall.
I thought they were the
The wildlings.
wildlings.
I think there's multiple.
It's been a
names for them.
while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, no. Jon Snow, pretty cool guy. Built a good relationship with his family despite his mom hating him.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even his mom. His
True.
adopted mom.
Yeah. But she should have been better to
She
him.
should have been. Okay, so I've got my. All right, I'm gonna take my dad next, And I can't think of a better dad than Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And
you want
the
someone
same name as your mom.
Yeah. So you want someone that's funny. You want someone is going to know how to fix things, do things around the house, show you, impart some wisdoms on you, show you how to do things in life.
What a show.
Tim the Toolman Taylor will do that for you. So I've got my wild card left, and I think there's a couple options could go with, and this might tank me, but I don't even care. I'm gonna take a pet, and it's gonna be Perry the platypus. Not only do you have a cool pet platypus, but he's also will save the world whenever it needs to be saved.
How do you spell platypus? Platypus?
Yes,
Nice.
you did it. Well, it sounds like we need to have that spelling game again. But yeah, I'm taking a
that was
pet.
So stressful.
So I got a sibling, and then we got a cool pet. It's a good icebreaker. Hey, what's your pet? Perry the platypus.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. Okay, I've got to take a dad. So one thought was to take Coach Taylor. But he's always away, and he's just watching football
Yeah,
the whole
maybe
time.
he's got some good qualities to him, but maybe
Yeah.
not the best.
Yeah, so I don't know if I want that. But then, and then I also thought about taking Mufasa.
Yeah.
But then I thought, that would be weird.
It would be
to have a
weird.
lion as a father, and I think it would raise a lot of questions. So
I would ask those questions.
yeah, so I think I'm gonna go away from that, and instead I'm gonna go with a pretty funny guy. I brought Seinfeld up on the show. I'm drafting Frank Costanza. That way, every year I can celebrate Festivus. And he's just a unique, funny guy. He's got a lot of, out there opinions.
I'm not sure who Frank Costanza. I'm googling him.
It's
right
George's dad.
Okay.
In King of the Hill, he was also,
now. Oh, okay, this guy.
yeah,
Okay, I know who he is now.
I think he passed away.
He did pass away.
But not in this. He's going to be my dad. Him, Uncle Phil, Claire Huxtable, Jon Snow. That's a weird mix of a family, but I would be happy to live in it.
Okay, yeah. He's a pretty funny guy.
I almost also drafted Darth Vader as my dad, but
Maybe he's not a good
he's
dad.
not a good role model.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned it beforehand. I was kind of joking though.
He's
I had him 5th on my
He
list.
is. He was actually on your list.
he did
Yeah.
not make my list
He's a
because
terrible
he's
dad.
Why not?
I mean, he redeemed himself, but the whole time.
Oh,
because
because he saved
really
one
terrible
person.
Dad.
He murdered millions, and he saves one.
I'm
See,
agreeing with you, John.
I don't
Chill
know
out.
anything about Star Wars. I just knew that he was the villain.
He is a bad guy,
Oh man.
and I'm usually
That's
team
funny.
villain. But
Yeah.
as a dad, you probably don't want that.
I don't know. I feel
Although
like he could
it-
teach me how to use the Force.
Then if it ever came up, my dad could have beat up your dad. Oh, guess what? Your dad's dead.
Dead.
My dad will kill your dad. So
Oh,
All right,
man.
Stan.
Okay.
Who's your sibling?
I've been sitting over here looking through more because I think I'm gonna actually draft a sister,
Ooh.
interesting.
going against the grain here, and so I
Jenny
agree-
Weasley.
No, although I did have George Weasley as one of my options, but I don't want two Weasleys, so that was my second option.
I mean, you could have gone
Second to
wild
Jon
card.
Snow.
You could have gone wild card. George Weasley, sibling, Fred Weasley.
Could have just drafted the whole
True.
Weasley family.
all of them. I want them all. Okay, so this sucks so bad. I mean,
on,
this is
Stan.
not a bad pick. So I think that as far as like having a good time with a sibling, having some good old mess arounds, I'm going with Hallie from The Parent Trap, because they are kind of getting into some mischief the whole time, trying to get their parents back together. I think you'd have a good time.
What's the
Interesting.
name?
Hallie from The Parent Trap. She's one of the twins.
Oh. Is she the rich twin or the not
no,
rich
she's
twin?
the not rich twin.
How do you
Annie
spell
is the.
Hallie?
I think it's Hallie.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Here, I'll tell you.
Or is it like Halle Berry?
Halle.
I think it's IE.
See,
Could be wrong.
I had you guys didn't hardly even touch my list.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you stole Jon Snow from me, but that's the only one.
Actually, the only thing that was on my list that you took was Uncle Phil. So,
My-
I thought Stan would have picked Thor as a brother
Nah.
or Loki.
I would not pick Loki as a
No,
brother.
Yeah.
that'd be a terrible brother.
Yeah.
don't know.
My
Stab,
backup
stab,
dad.
stab.
My backup dad was Ned Stark.
Yeah. He would die so soon, though.
Yeah,
Well,
before it's time.
Not in
I'm
real life.
kind of surprised you didn't pick Brian Mills from Taken as your dad.
nah,
He's not. I almost picked him as my wild card, but I was like, yeah.
no.
I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, he'd be cool for like
If
really
you-
crazy situations.
if you ever
but, like,
need
just in
anything.
general,
Yeah.
like general life, I don't know how great that'd
Yeah. How often do I feel like I'm going to get taken?
Hopefully not often.
I also had Andy Griffith on my dad list, but
I had Pam Beasley on my mom list.
be. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know how
think
I
I'd
feel
want-
about Pam.
yeah.
I feel like she's a good mom. Her and
I
Jim
mean,
are
she's a good
parents.
mom, but before she was a mom, she was kind of like meh, wishy-washy. My backup wild card was Indigo Montoya from The Princess Bride, because the whole time he's fighting to avenge his father. Great story.
Oh.
Great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen Princess Bride, go watch it.
One of
Change your
my
life.
my backup sibling was Stewie from Family Guy.
See, I almost went with Tyrion Lannister
Oh, yeah.
because I thought that'd be fun, but then I also was like, maybe that would cause more because he's sneaky and
He's
He
very
is,
sneaky.
causes problems.
But towards the end, he was
Yeah,
he was
he's
pretty consistent.
One of my, he was my favorite
he was
character.
A,
Yeah,
he's a
same.
good character throughout the whole show.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning, he's kind of bleh.
Yeah,
He
was-
develops
he was
very
a good.
well.
He was a good guy.
He develops well.
I'm saying he was a good guy.
He comes from a really bad position in the family, and that's why he is the way that he is.
yeah. I also had Eric Matthews on my list from Boy Meets World.
yeah.
That would have been he was a fun brother. George Michael Bluth from Arrested Development.
yeah.
I
never watched.
I didn't really
Arrested
want
Development.
anyone from Arrested Development because it just seems like they're all just
Yeah.
bleh.
Well, yeah, like Lucille Bluth.
Yeah.
would
Oh, she's
not
the worst.
terrible mom.
Terrible.
I had
mom.
Johnny Test as a brother.
Who's that?
It's a cartoon. I guess you guys know.
Is that Johnny Bravo?
No, it's not the same thing. Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
Okay. I did think Buster would have been maybe a fun like uncle.
Buster.
I don't know who that is.
It was in the Bluth family. He was the guy with the
Hook hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else did I have? Oh, I had Marge Simpson. Now, okay, so mom, like I think the classic TV mom, Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch. But I
Yeah.
didn't watch the
I
Brady
never
Bunch.
watched Brady Bunch. Yeah.
Neither did I.
And So
I tried to go with things that I had seen.
Yeah. Same.
I also thought about Sophia from Golden Girls.
Was
So-
that Betty
seen it.
White's character?
No, it was the old one. So
I never watched it. I just know Betty White was on it.
yeah, she was a firecracker, and I thought that'd be fun. But then she was also like, 95, so that would be weird.
That's awesome.
Grandma wild card.
Yeah. Do you guys have any others?
No,
I
I'm
had
pretty.
Becky Katsopoulos from Full House.
Katsopoulos.
That's her last name, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. No,
Tell you what,
mom.
if I could draft a friend, I'd draft Topanga. She wouldn't be in the family. She'd just be a
Okay, I was
friend.
like, this kind of one of those weird stepsister things. You weirdo. You weirdo.
No.
Hey, step bro.
I said if I could draft a friend. Ugh.
Gross.
Okay, I
All right,
probably
enough of that.
I shouldn't have brought that up.
Well, Stan's fault for mentioning that earlier before the
you,
show.
you're the one that brought it up.
No, that wasn't me.
Just now you did.
No, I did just now. That's because it was in my mind from you earlier. That's like gross.
All right. Well, let's see. So, Stan, your dad, Ron Swanson, Mom,
Yeah.
Molly Weasley, Uncle Jesse, and Hallie from Parent Trap.
I feel like I have a pretty solid pick this week for how unprepared I
Yeah.
was.
Let's see.
I
I've
thought your music
got
one was good too.
Frank
though.
Costanza's dad, Claire Huxtable's my mom, Uncle Phil, and Jon Snow. And then, John, you've got Tim, the Toolman Taylor, with Tammy Taylor as
that's
your
a
mom.
good. That's a good dad.
Will, what was his
Smith.
last?
I'm pretty sure it's Smith. Will Smith. I think his name was Will Smith on the show and Will Smith in real life.
I couldn't remember. We'll figure that out. Anyway, Will from Fresh Prince, and then Perry the Platypus.
Yeah.
So
I
it'll be interesting, to see how you do with the animal on your.
Yeah. Well, because I think everybody wants a pet, and
Not everybody. Tell you what, my mom doesn't.
well, that's true. But she has one dog, so
Not by her choice.
That's funny. By the way, it is Will Smith. Will Smith.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Will Smith, Will Smith.
So I knew it.
Attaboy.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Third Party Observers. Make sure to go check us out on Twitter, YouTube, and other things. Share, like, do all those things. But until next time,
See ya.
we'll be watching.
Bye.